Hello beautiful souls, this is the Sagittarius reading for 2024. It's the preview for the next year. Only take what resonates with you, have an open mind to the messages that are coming out here. It might not be for each and every one of you, but you will decide if you want to apply that to your everyday life or not. These messages are meant to uplift you, empower you to move forward in the best way possible, to remove existing blockages and to live the best version of yourself. Alright, so Sagittarius, what comes out for you in the next year as an overall energy is the Sal Sapiente, the Wise Soul card, among others. This is the card of wisdom, meaning that you have experienced a lot in your life, but not only in this life. You know, it's about your stream of consciousness, your past incarnations, where you have accumulated a whole lot of experience. So this is talking about a wise soul, and you will be applying this wisdom in everyday life concerning your own path, concerning other people, by influencing them, advising them, or even just being a role model of some sort. But there is a lot of wisdom that you're oozing into the world in the next year. I think you're already doing that, some of you, but I feel like in the next year there will be so much wisdom, and you will just gain from a lot of experiences that you have had so far in a totally unique way that you have maybe never thought about before. The Ouroboros card, the Great Serpent, talks about being either stuck in a repetitive cycle, but I think this goes a step further, considering the other cards that are coming out here, because you know, this is the serpent eating its own tail. It talks about repetitive cycles, doing things over and over again. But if the serpent here swallows its own tail, you know, it makes gems in the process. So I feel like you have so much wisdom here, Sagittarius, that you will be encountering the same situations or similar situations in your life, or meeting the same kind of people that you could have had a lot of problems with in the past, but I feel like you are doing it differently this time. You are approaching difficult situations or people who trigger you in a different way here, and in a wiser way, in a way that benefits both you and the people involved, if that makes sense. So there's a lot of wisdom that you're applying, and you're doing things, same old things, but you're doing them totally differently here in the next year. So there's a lot of wisdom, a huge learning curve that you are putting into action here in the next year. So all the things that you've been through, the fun things, the bad things, you know, I just feel like they've made you so much wiser and stronger here, Sagittarius, and you can apply that, especially in the next year. A lot of people will benefit from that, and you, of course, will benefit from that as well. And there is Solutio, dissolution card. There's a lot of freedom and peace with that. I just feel like you are cutting out your ego bit by bit, and I think that's a process that you're not doing with on purpose. That's just happening because of all your experience. By doing things differently, you will see that your ego is dissolving in a sense. Generally speaking, all the signs have had this kind of raising of energy in their readings so far. So there is a sense of the collective being enlightened in a broader sense here, collectively speaking. So I also see that with you guys, there is a sense of you gaining more wisdom, applying that and doing things differently and letting your ego go. Very beautiful energy here. Alright guys, what else is coming out? I'm doing some more energy or oracle cards for general energies here, and then we're going to dive into finances and career, as well as love and relationships. Sagittarius 2024, what does it bring you? What possibilities does it hold? What potentials are there for you? We have the womb. The womb talks about feminine energy, so there could be a lot of creative energy surrounding you. You know, feminine energy is about being creative, giving birth to something. Of course, there could be pregnancy for some of you as well, but it's generally about having ideas and birthing them and bringing something new and beautiful into the world. This can be projects, hobbies, work-related stuff, businesses that you want to pursue, but most and foremost, this is you redefining yourself, because we already had this energy of you transforming in the best way possible, moving up the ladder of evolution, of spiritual enlightenment here. And there's a lot of creativity. And the woman also talks about this feminine energy of being receptive, being passive, surrendering to what is and going with the flow of life. I just feel like you hold back from trying to control everything, like maybe you have in the past, but there is something changing here, and this is a very beautiful energy here. Even if you're a man, this is very creative here and very going with the flow. Discovering your feminine side, because we all have feminine and masculine energy, but feminine energy is more about accepting things and being creative and nurturing, of course. We also have the mountain, so I feel like if you're working towards something, and again I'm getting self-development, you're already almost at the top here. There is maybe a little bit of a hike that you have to go to fulfill your dreams, to reach your goal, whatever this is, and it can be different for each and every one of you, of course, but I feel like you're almost there, and there's just only this little thing. You might not see it, but you're almost at the top here. So whatever you're working towards here, Sagittarius, keep going. You have mastered the bigger part of the journey here, is what I'm getting. So whatever you're working towards, keep going. You're almost at the top. And we have the Althea card here. It's about duality. It's about planting something that will grow in the future, about nurturing something, watering something, and seeing things for what they are, black and white, accepting both things, the good, the bad, the ugly, which is more than both. But you know what I mean. People always think, not everybody, I know there are people who get it, but a lot of people think that if they do positive affirmations and light a candle and just think positively, everything is gonna be fine. Yeah, that's partially true. I do that stuff too. I light my own candles, I speak my affirmations, but you cannot do this without doing the shadow work as well, because we live in a world of duality and both is equally important. I keep saying that again and again, but that's really important. So it's time to accept your toxic traits, your shadows, your negative emotions. That's really important. If you integrate them, they can dissolve. You can transform it and transcend the duality of life by doing both the positive and the negative. So that's really important for those of you who have not done that before or didn't know that possibly. And I know a lot of you are already applying that in your life. Alright, Sagittarius, what else do we have for the next year? Never-ending story, talking about a cycle repeating itself. So where in your life are you doing the same thing over and over again without getting the result that you want? Okay, so maybe do things differently. If you expect different results, you should change something. And internally, of course, this is something that you might be changing here, that you should change. About the way of thinking is what I'm strongly getting. So some of you could be negatively focused in a way that is detrimental to you, okay? And it's about ending an old cycle or an old chapter in your life, a relationship that is no longer working, a job that is no longer working for you. Whatever this is, guys, you will know how this resonates. Trust your own feeling with that. But there is something that you should end, or at least do in a different way, okay? Approach with a more positive attitude. It could be negative self-talk for some of you, like, I can't do this is not working out for me. Try to think more positively here. And yeah, of course, affirmations do work, like I said, and try to see the shadow aspect too, because sometimes all the affirmations don't work if we don't see what is holding us back, because there could be something deep ingrained inside of your soul that is holding you back, a belief that you have carried over from childhood or even before that you're not worthy or you're not good enough. And that's not true, guys. So try to see where this is coming from. We have the cosmic egg. This is Kundalini awakening. This is you having an evolution here, a huge internal transformation. So you will see yourself transform a lot in the next year here, Sagittarius, in the best way possible. Like I said, having less and less ego. Not that ego is a bad thing, but as we evolve and as we kind of move into 5D consciousness, 3D consciousness is like, I am me, you are you, and we are separated, which is not true. It's an illusion, because we are all connected. We are all one. We are all coming from source consciousness, whether you want to call it God or something else. It's all the same basically, and you are awakening to that fact actually, and to that awareness. And the more you get to realize that, the more your ego dies, and you become connected with everything that is. And it's not just human beings, it's everything that exists. And like I said, it's the good and the bad in the world, and everything has its place, and everything is there for a reason. And we also have the elk here. The elk is the elk is earth energy. And again, I'm getting this very, very old wisdom that you're putting out into the world. That is a wisdom that implies huge internal transformation and growth on a soul level that you have went through here, Sagittarius. And it's time to put that wisdom out into the world. I just see you as that very wise and internally very old soul, and very, very stoic person, or not person, soul, more or less. And you could look very young, and be very playful, but deep inside you are this very, very wise and brave and very nourishing and empathetic soul is what I'm getting here. And you're putting that out into the world in a stronger way in the next year is what I'm getting. So this is a very, very strong and powerful and beautiful reading for you guys here. So far, very good energy here. Let's see, what does the universe hold in store for you when it comes to your career and work situation? Sagittarius, we have the Page of Wands, which I love because this is new energy coming in here, a new work, possibly a new idea that you have, an opportunity that you want to pursue. So even if you stay in the same old job, I just feel like you do things differently. You have a new kind of surge of energy that is coming towards you, that lets you do things in a different way, in a more powerful way, work smarter, not harder is what I'm hearing also. So there's a lot of positive transformations in your work situations, because the first card out is the most important one. What else do we have here for you guys in the next year? Yeah, talking about changes. We have the butterfly. With the Two of Pentacles, you could be juggling a lot of different things, having different businesses, different work, or you might want to do something else on the side. Okay, so usually we have a job that pays our bills, but maybe there's a project of yours that you're thinking about that you want to birth here. So yeah, there is a transformation in terms of career and finances here. You're trying to juggle things, but I see it turn out in a very beautiful way. You will have support here from your spirit guides and whatever you believe in, because there is a lot of energy and a lot of creative visions coming here into your energy to make things work, to develop something. We also have the Four of Pentacles. It's about saving. I just feel like, with the times being as they are, very unsettling, and economy, well, not at its best right now worldwide. I just feel like there is a focus for you on saving a little bit of money here. And I just see it going fine, because we have just positive cards out for you so far. So try to not spend too much, okay, and save a little bit. Just to give you a sense of security, I just feel like we are always being looked after by our guides and angels. Just try to do that if you feel like it gives you a sense of security. And security is all about the root chakra and being grounded, and it just gives you a sense of everything is fine, and there is one thing less to worry about is what I'm getting. So that could be very important for some of you, just to be on the safe side internally is what I'm getting. And with the Daughter of Cups, this could be an offering of sorts. Somebody could be offering you something, or again, this could be your own creative ideas here, a vision that you want to turn into money, into a business, into your life path or something like that. This is very beautiful here. And again, the Seven of Cups, I just feel like you will have a lot of options and a lot of ideas here, and it's really important to not waste your energy on different things, and juggle too much, but try to focus on one thing at a time, or maybe just two things that you can handle. Don't bite off more than you can chew is what I'm hearing, so be careful about that and try to decide with your heart what is best for you, okay? And I also see there is a time for you where you can release stress and worries and everything is fine. I just see you more optimistic in the next year when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your career, to your work situation. There will be a lot of good ideas that you will have here that will support you get through the year. Very beautiful, guys. All right, love and relationships for Sagittarius, please, for 2024. Oh, so there could be a situation, you know, when I talk about love and relationships, it could either be a love situation or it can be a person you're dealing with, a close friend, a family member, even a workplace colleague, something like that. It's about social interaction. It's about you and other people in general, okay? So with the Three of Cups, I just feel like there could be, at the beginning of the year, there could be a situation where you have had a falling out with a friend, or you just feel like you don't belong in a group of people. For relationships, this could be a third-party situation here for you, for the other person. Like, you know, freeze a crowd, one person too many, and a two-people relationship could be. But generally speaking, this is just something that feels off in a relationship of any sort here. But I see you letting that go. I see you being on top of your emotions here and letting all sadness go. So there could have been a disappointment here with another person, but you're dealing with it. You have a lot of wisdom, guys. You have a lot of experience, and you can overcome anything here by applying that wisdom and seeing things in a different light, okay? That's really positive here. Positive development. Seven of Swords. Yeah, it feels like there is some sort of betrayal. Again, it doesn't have to be a love partnership. It can be a friendship also. It feels like something has been off, or somebody did you wrong. There could have been a misunderstanding, or somebody kind of disappointed you in a way, on purpose or not. I'm not talking about that here. It's not important in my opinion. It's just about what you make of it and how you deal with it, okay? But I see you letting that go and maybe forgiving even. But the most important thing is that you are not taking things to your heart, that you are not kind of stressing out over it, because there is a word in German that means sich kränken, which means that if you feel hurt by another person, you're actually hurting yourself, you're making yourself ill. That's what the word says. So by feeling hurt, you're making yourself ill. It's what the word implies in German. So I think that's very speaking, because it's true. So try to not let things get to you, okay, too much. Deal with your emotions, of course. Shadow work is important, like we said earlier, but also try not to linger in that energy and try to let it go for your part. You don't have to forgive everybody, okay? It's not what I'm saying, but you have to move on from heartache and learn and grow and do things differently. Yeah, we have the Ace of Swords in the reverse, so be careful here, because sometimes if such things happen to us, we tend to, especially when we're very sensitive, we tend to build up a wall and let nobody close to us anymore. But do not do that. Try to be positive here and optimistic. Not everybody has a bad intention in this world, and yeah, you need to be careful. You need to build up boundaries but not walls, okay? That's really important, because we have the Page of Cups, so there's definitely something going on with your heart chakra here. The Page of Cups in the reverse is my shadow work card, guys. It's really important to look at your inner child, to nurture your inner child, especially when it comes to relationships with other people, love or not, love or friendship, it doesn't really matter what it is. It's important to look out for yourself, draw up boundaries, take good care of yourself, look out for yourself, but try to not get into a mindset where you think everybody's the same and you cannot trust anyone, because that will be detrimental to yourself, okay? So try to have an open mind here, guys. And I want to draw one last card for you as a general advice for the next year. What should you be focused on? And of course, it's not one card, it's 3 cards. Okay, so with the Hermit card, there's a sense of you needing to withdraw, either from a situation or people, and deal with your own stuff. Definitely, like I said, there is a lot of wisdom going on, and you will find all the answers that you need within yourself. So take your time to sit and breathe and meditate and see what you definitely need here, what your inner child needs. Nourish yourself here. The Ace of Wands is another big advice here, like something that we said already before. Be optimistic, guys. Be focused on the new. Be focused on your ideas, on what gives you pleasure, because the Ace of Wands is a lot of passion that you can focus on in bringing out new ideas, new projects, follow new hobbies, something like that. Okay, be very creative and positive and optimistic with this card, and follow new passions and meet new people also. And with the Knight of Swords, it's really important to follow through on your ideas, to communicate in the best and most authentic way possible. So if there's something that you want to say to another person who has hurt you, possibly, you should really do that and get it off your chest. You know, it's important to speak it, or if you don't want to speak it, write it down in a journal or something. But you need to get something off your chest maybe, and follow your dreams, pursue your passions, move forward, and don't get stuck on something that happened in the past. That's really important, because we had the never-ending story, if you remember, and we had the serpent eating its own tail. It can also mean you are kind of staying in the same old loop of something that somebody did to you, you know. Don't try to stay in victim mentality if this is for you guys. So try to move forward, move on, and don't forgive and forget, but forgive and move on, okay? You don't have to forget, but move on and move towards something better and more optimistic here. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope this unfolds in the best way possible for you, and hope to see you soon. Bye bye.